Hi everybody. I'm actually starting my video outside today. I wanted to show you at my apartment. I'm like on my little balcony. Behind me there's this big pond that's behind my building. Yesterday when Miss Laura was talking about otters and she showed you that little video, it made me remember that almost every day here at my apartment I see a little brown creature that lives kind of like by the water here. I've been waiting all morning for him to come out today, and I just haven't seen him. But I wanted to show you where he lives. It's actually a muskrat, and it looks a lot like an otter and kind of like a beaver, too. It's a type of water rodent. A rodent is a name that we use for like small furry animals like rats and mice. And a muskrat is kind of like that, too. So he's a little brown furry creature, and he likes to live kind of in this area here where I'm pointing. A lot of times I'll see him along the water here, and I can see him kind of like digging. Maybe he's looking for food or something. So I wanted to show you where he lives, and maybe later if he comes out I can make another little video so you can see him. But we're going to go back inside and close the door. And I still have some messages for you, so I'm going to get myself set up here. Ugh. Make it so you can see the message board. Okay, so message one, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about muskrat, which is the word I wrote up here, and I drew a little picture of him. That's my drawing of a muskrat, but on my computer I actually brought up some pictures, so I'll show you here. That's what a muskrat actually looks like, and I have a second picture so you can see his face there. So yeah, to me it kind of looks like a beaver, but I was reminded of it when Miss Laura yesterday showed us the otter video, because that's also like a brown furry creature. There we go. So yeah, a little bit about muskrats. They really like to eat something we call aquatic vegetation, which is a really fancy way of saying plants that grow like by the water or in the water. So I drew, I'll show you again. Like this is a little cattail and a water lily. So those are plants that muskrats like to eat because those grow near the water, but they also eat little animals like little snails and little fish. So I think the muskrat that I see by my apartment, that's maybe what he's looking for. Another cool thing about muskrats is their houses. So I tried to draw a picture here. When a muskrat is building a house, it builds in a special way. So I drew like this green half circle. That's going to be the muskrat's house, and he makes it out of sticks. But the thing about a muskrat house is he doesn't have a big front door like people do. He has a secret entrance where you have to go under the water. See the waves I drew? You have to go underwater, and he makes a tunnel under the water up into his house. So a muskrat, to get into a muskrat's house, you have to go underwater. And muskrats do that so that other animals can't get into their houses, and so that they're protected from other animals that might be trying to get them. So pretty cool. They eat water plants, little fish, and other small animals that live by the water, and they have secret underwater entrances into their houses. Pretty cool, I think. So that's my message about muskrats. And like I said, if I see him at my window later, I'll try to make a little video and post it so you can see him. But I just thought that was pretty cool that he lives right by me. Message 2, yesterday Miss Laura talked about something that maybe you could try at home. I wrote the word family pictures, and I drew my family picture here. Miss Laura was talking about, you know, if you have pictures to look at, like maybe in a special book, and she showed you her photo album, or maybe like on a computer or somebody's phone at your house. You can look at the pictures and talk with your family about who's in the pictures, who those people are, like maybe they're a grandma or grandpa or aunt or uncle or cousins. And it's a cool way to learn about your family and talk about the people that are a part of your family. So I hope you got a chance to look at some family pictures and talk with the people at your house about who's in those pictures. Message 3, I had an art idea today. So I wrote the word nature art because when I'm looking down at that muskrat from my apartment, I was also noticing on the ground there's a lot of things left over from the fall when like the trees were changing colors and the leaves were starting to go down to the ground. So like I noticed there was still a lot of leaves on the ground. So I picked up a leaf. And I also picked up like this little seed pod. Sometimes people call these helicopters because when they drop, they like spin, spin, spin around. But I wanted to show you today how you can use things from nature, like things you find outside, to make art. So some things that you'll need is paper. So I have my piece of paper. I wrote the word markers and drew some colors. So like I have a whole pile of markers here, but you could also use colored pencils or crayons or anything else you have at your house to add color to your art. I also drew a picture of tape, and I have my little tape dispenser here. You could probably also try glue. You might have to experiment a little bit and see what works best. And then finally, you'll need something from nature. So I wrote the word nature and I drew a picture of a leaf. But there are other things you can find like sticks or like acorns or pine cones. Anything that you think you would like to make art with, you can pick up and use. So my idea today was to use my paper, and I'm going to start with my leaf and I'm going to tape it to my paper, and that's what's going to get my art started. So I'm going to get a piece of tape. And I'm actually going to roll it so that the sticky side is all the way out. And it makes like a circle of sticky, sticky tape. And I'm going to tape it, let's see here, on the back of my leaf. And then I'm going to tape the leaf just right in the middle of my paper. Oop, gotta make sure it sticks though. There we go. So now I have this leaf on my paper. And now I can start to use my markers to draw like around my leaf, or maybe I can find a way to use my leaf as part of my art. When I'm looking at my leaf, it kind of reminds me of like a big dress that somebody could wear, like maybe a princess. And this is reminding me like of somebody's neck, their neck here. So I'm gonna use, let's see, I'm gonna pick, I think, a green marker first. And I'm gonna draw at the top here a person's head. So now there's a head on the neck, and I can add, let's see, can add some eyes and a big smile. So now I've got my smiley face. Let's see, I'm gonna change colors. I'm gonna get some purple on my art. And I think next I will add some arms because my leaf person needs some arms. So I'm gonna add an arm with some fingers on it, and I'll put, let's see, another arm on the other side with some fingers. He's starting to look pretty silly. I think down here at the bottom I'm going to add some feet, some legs with feet. So let's see, and they're going to be wearing like little shoes. There we go. So now my leaf person with my big leaf dress is really starting to look more like a person. And I didn't even have to draw a body. The leaf is the body for me. Yeah, so that's something you can do with nature to make art. You can use it as part of your art. Like my little pea pod, I could also tape it here and pretend it's something else. Or I could have pretended that these are the feet. And instead of drawing feet, I could have added nature feet to my person. Or maybe I'm gonna tape it up here and pretend this is my person's hair. So there are different ways you can use nature and markers or colors to make a piece of art on a piece of paper, okay? So that's my idea for you today if you want to try it. You know, ask your grown-up first if it's okay that you go outside and pick up some nature things, and maybe they have some ideas for you about what you could do, okay? For the last part of this video, I thought instead of reading a book, I'm going to do a song with you. It's been a while since we've done the popcorn song together. So remember the popcorn song, you can think of different body parts to make pop, just like pieces of popcorn when you're heating them up for eating. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my hands. Pretend my hands have the rhythm of the popcorn and we'll sing it together, okay? Here we go. My hands have the rhythm of the popcorn. Pop, popcorn, pop, popcorn. My hands have the rhythm of the popcorn. Pop, popcorn, pop, pop, pop. Can you think of a different body part to make pop? Let me think. Oh, I know a lot of us really like to pop our eyes. And we do that through blinking. So we can sing it one more time and make our eyes pop like the rhythm of the popcorn, okay? My eyes have the rhythm of the popcorn. Pop, popcorn, pop, popcorn. My eyes have the rhythm of the popcorn. Pop, popcorn, pop, pop, pop. So maybe you can think of some other body parts to pop like popcorn, and maybe you can show the song to somebody at your house and they can pop with you. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. Miss Laura will make her video tomorrow, and I will see you again on Friday. Bye, everybody.